And there's the red light. We're back on the air. It's about 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm Max Allen, and this is Max Rants. Because Rants is my last name. Rants is what I do. Rant, 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 etc. Today's a little bit of a peaceful rant, but a serious rant. If you look at the screen, you'll see a quote from Thomas Jefferson, and I want to concentrate on the Second Amendment. We know the Second Amendment guarantees us the right to keep and bear arms, but it's more than just the Second Amendment. Let me explain this before I get into it. If you are denied any of the rights of the Constitution, you should be denied all of them or none. This is not a cafeteria constitution. You cannot just go and pick and choose what you like. Well, this guy can have all the rights, but he cannot speak out in public for what he thinks. Or this guy cannot, I hate that coughing. Or this guy cannot go to the church of his choice, but he can do everything else. Or this guy cannot have a gun, but he can do everything else. Do you see what we have? We have what I call Cafeteria Constitutionalists. Now, there's no text here, so pardon me while I rant. I live in the state of Idaho. Idaho is considered one of the most Constitution and firearm-friendly states in America. Here we have the right to own a gun without registering it, buy private sale without registering it, carry that gun around with us without a permit, carry it concealed or open without a permit. That's pretty good, right? But even Idaho, mega conservative Idaho, will not allow somebody with a criminal record to have a gun. Like say any felony. I don't think misdemeanors count. But the fact is, the state is saying, well, you can't have this, as does the federal government. So what am I saying? Okay, let's just take away that one right. They can have the others, but what other ones can we take away? Can we take away the right to search and seizure or double jeopardy? Where does it end? Where does it start? This country hasn't made up its mind yet. Let's go from Idaho to a real swinger, New York. Did you know that in New York City, possession of a pellet gun that looks reasonably real is 4 to 5 years in the slammer? You cannot sell realistic-looking toy guns. Virtually all firearms of all kinds, oh God, they are regulated. They are licensed. They are registered to those whom they deem worthy of registration. You can't carry concealed without a concealed permit. Good luck finding anybody in government in New York who will give you that permit unless you're like a police detective or a soldier off base. This is insane, okay? Understand again, to strip away any rights of the Constitution, you need to, here's my thinking. It's all or none. Either we have a Constitution or we don't. Either we have these amendments of the Constitution or we don't. We don't have the right to strip away the amendment that suits our present situation. Let me look here. Yeah, constitutional. You can't say you have all the rights there, but we can search your home whenever we want. You have all the rights there, but we don't have to read you your rights, provide you a lawyer. And we can take away any one right we want, any two, any three, any four, any five, eeny, meeny, frickin', miny, frickin' mo, okay? Now, here we go. Let's say you've got a guy who robbed a convenience store, whatever, went to prison for 10 years, got out, kept his nose clean. Now, he still has that record. That record follows you in America for the rest of your life because Americans, they're really quick to beg for forgiveness, but they're really slow to forgive. So here you are. You've been out of prison 10 years, 20 years behind you now. Well, you can't buy a gun because you're a felon. Your Second Amendment rights have been stripped away. No, wait a minute. You're not on probation. You're not on parole. But they took away one or more of your constitutional guarantees. The only way to make it fair is to say that anybody who commits a felony gets locked up forever, for life. No chance of getting out. Or is on some kind of a felony probation or parole for the rest of their life. Does this make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. Does snitching a candy bar at a 7-Eleven amount to a life sentence? According to these constitutional cafeteria workers, yeah. Well, it's okay to take away that right or that right. No. If you're going to take away my rights as a citizen of the United States of America, take them all or take none. What do you think about that? Now, I'm looking here. You see it on screen. You've probably read it. I'm going to read it too. And it's important because it takes care of a lot of these idiot anti-Second Amendment people who say it was for hunting or sport. Here's what Thomas Jefferson, our third president, had to say. When governments fear the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. The strongest reason for the people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is to protect themselves against any tyranny in government. And he makes it, look at, you can read yourself. He makes it extremely clear. He says, let me try to read the exact words here. As last resort to protect themselves against tyranny in government. In other words, he's saying we have the right to keep and bear arms if we have to use it against our government. Not, he doesn't say here to retain the right to keep and bear arms is for the protection of their right to hunt turkeys or hunt deer or go target shooting or go celebrating the 4th of July. No, it's as a last resort to protect themselves from tyranny in government. All governments can go tyrant. I lived in China for over 15 years, almost 16 years. And you know what? The people there are scared to death of their government. There is tyranny. They're afraid. You can't go to a barber shop or a bar and discuss anything even remotely political for fear that you'll be disappeared. Or members of your family will be disappeared. That's how it is. North Korea, same way. United States, we have an awful lot more freedom than we understand. So let's keep the freedom. Let's keep the Constitution. Let's keep the right to keep and to bear arms. And let us award those rights to anyone holding United States citizenship. No more cafeteria constitution. Make it right. Common sense. Read the damn paper and you make up your mind.